Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. So today I'm going to film the stay-at-home book tag created by Princess of Paperback. I'm going to link her video down below, but that wasn't the first video that I watched. I actually watched the one Alicia Reeds uploaded a couple weeks ago, not a couple weeks, a couple days ago maybe. And I'm going to link her video down below as well because you should totally watch it and you should totally subscribe to her. I'm also going to leave the prompts down below because I hate when I want to film a tag and I have to watch the video all over again to write down the questions, or I just have to look for the prompts. So I'm going to have them in the description box if you feel like, I don't know, filming your own stay-at-home book tag. I have a lot of tag videos that I want to film because it's here, guys. It's here. Today is June 23rd. This is the last week of school. The end of term is here. The end of term is upon us and I'm very busy. Next week we have meetings. I have to prepare for all my meetings. I have to prepare my assessment grades and stuff. So I just decided I'm going to film easier videos this week. I actually have two tag videos, one for this week and one for next week. It's going to make my life easier because right now I'm very busy and I don't have time to prepare videos, but yeah, I have a couple of ideas, so after the meetings, you know, I'm going to get back on track. So yeah, I have all of my books here, out of order as always. So I'm going to read the prompts, I'm going to show you the book, and I'm going to talk about the book. And yeah, I think tag videos are a lot of fun because you just get to know the person a lot better. So enjoy. Prompt number 1, laying in bed. A book you could or have read all day. So I actually read this book in one sitting and I read it in bed. So I thought it was only appropriate. And that's Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. This was my first Virginia Woolf and I adore it. I've read The Waves, To the Lighthouse, and Between the Acts, I think. And this one is still my favorite. So I still have a lot of books to read, but still, Mrs. Dalloway is just wonderful, and you can totally read this in one sitting, and it is actually set during a whole day, so it seems appropriate for you to read in a day as well. So I totally recommend this book. Prompt number 2, snacking, a guilty pleasure book. When people talk about guilty pleasures, I always think about things that you like, but at the same time you're sort of embarrassed and you don't want to tell people, oh yeah, but I actually really like that. I'm not embarrassed at all. I've talked about this book before, but let's say that this is my guilty pleasure, and that's Bridget Jones' Diary. I love Bridget Jones. I don't care what you think. I love it. I've read the first book. This is the one that I own. It is in Portuguese. It belonged to a friend of mine, but she didn't want it anymore, so it's mine. And I know passages by heart. I know a couple of passages by heart. That's, you know, I'm a hardcore fan. I also read the second book and I read the third book, which is so good. And a lot of people haven't read the third book because after the second film, people just stopped talking about Bridget Jones, but the third book is amazing, guys. You have to read it. I know that there's one that was based on the film Bridget Jones' Baby. The book was based on the film, so I'm not sure if I want to read it, but I watched the film and I loved it. Patrick Dempsey, thank you. But guilty pleasure for sure. I love it. I love the films. I love the books. Yes. Prompt number 3, a series you want to start. So I want to read The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. It's difficult. This is a fantasy series. I don't read fantasy at all. I mean, I read Harry Potter and The Hobbit. Will you consider The Hobbit to be fantasy? Not sure. But yeah, I want to explore the fantasy genre a lot more. So I ask people for recommendations because I don't want to read like YA fantasy, and I think that's like the most common, or at least YA fantasy is just very, very popular, and it's really difficult for you to just find something else. If you don't know fantasy authors, if you don't know fantasy as a genre, it's really difficult for you to decide on a book. So a lot of people recommended this series, and I've seen a lot of videos like non-spoiler reviews, and people say that it's amazing. So I'm very excited about this one. Prompt number 4, Deep Clean, a book that's been on your TBR for ages. I'm gonna go with Tolstoy's Anna Karenina. I talked about this book when I filmed my unread books by Russian authors video. I don't remember the title. This has been on my TBR for ages. I actually read part of it. I don't remember if I read like half or maybe less than half. But that was before I moved to England for a year to study, and I had to take other books with me. I decided to leave this one at home, and when I got back I just never picked it up again. So I want to reread it, at least reread the part, you know, that I read and finish it. I was torn between reading Anna Karenina or War and Peace first, but a lot of people have said that Anna Karenina is probably the best to start with, so this is the one. And yeah, I really love this edition. I mentioned it before, but this is the Penguin Classics Red, because 50% of the profits from this book will go to the Global Fund to help eliminate AIDS in Africa. I don't know if they still sell or if they're still doing this, Penguin Classics Red, but yeah, I'm happy that I got this one at least. Prompt number 5, Animal Crossing, a book you recently purchased because of the hype. So I don't have a book for this one. I have one, but I'm not sure because I don't think this book is like hyped up. But it is very popular on Instagram, and a lot of people talked about it, and you know, I got curious, so my mom got it for me for Christmas, and that's The Exoserpent by Sarah Perry. This cover is gorgeous. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be that girl, and I'm just going to talk about the cover for a minute. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Even if you're like, oh, I don't care about pretty covers, still gorgeous. I know that it is a slow burn. It's really slow paced. At least I read like 2 or 3 chapters in March when I wasn't sure what I wanted to read, and I did sort of a first chapter challenge on my own, but I ended up reading like 3 chapters, and it is a slow burn, but a lot of people say that it's really good. Some people say they hate it. I love when a book gets mixed reviews because I just want to read it and form my own opinion. So I don't know if this book is hyped up or not, but it is very, very popular on Instagram. Prompt number 6, Productivity, a book you learned from or that had an impact on you. So I talked about this book a lot. I know. I'm gonna talk about it again. And that's A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Tools. This is my favorite book of 2020 so far. I loved it. It's a slow burn. It's slow paced at times and very, very dense, but it is amazing. It is packed with historical information. If you are curious about Russian culture, Russian society after the revolution of 1922, I guess, this book is perfect for you because, you know, I learned so much. It's just, and the criticism, the commentary is just so transparent, so raw, no sugarcoating it, you know? It's just, we're not going to be politically correct, we're going to talk about stuff, and I love that. I love that about this book, so I think everybody should read it. I have this weird obsession with Russia, Russian culture, society, you know, Russian history. This book was amazing. So yeah, I learned a lot from it, and it had an impact on me. This is the one, but because you are tired of me talking about this book, I'm going to choose the second one as well. And I have Kazuo Ishiguro's Never Let Me Go here for you. So it is really difficult to talk about this book without spoiling the story. Let's just say that this is about a group of friends who were born with a different purpose. Basically, they're here to make our lives easier and to make us live longer. And I just thought that the premise was just so interesting. I really learned a lot from this book. Actually, I recommended this book to my students when I did my teaching practice, my internship last year, and we were talking about genetics, so I thought it was appropriate. And I hope they read the book. But I think it's really interesting, and also it's just so beautifully written. For the first couple of chapters you have no idea that is the premise, you know? You just think that this is about a group of kids and their story. Maybe it's about relationships. It's not. So yeah, I highly recommend this book. Prompt number 7, FaceTime, a book you've been gifted. So I got this book from my mom after my birthday in April, and this is a short story collection by Haruki Murakami, and the title is Blind Willow Sleeping Woman in English. Yeah, Blind Willow Sleeping Woman. I don't know why the Portuguese title is just so different. I have no idea. Nevertheless, I'm very curious because I really enjoyed Men Without Women, and yeah, I just want to see what he did with this one. So this is the one that I picked. Prompt number 8, self-care. Something you've done recently to look after yourself. So I can only think about one thing. Before coronavirus, whenever I'm outside, when I was a student at university, now that I'm working at a school, I always have my water bottle with me, and I drink a lot of water during the day. But when I'm at home, and this happened at university as well, when I was on a break, I noticed that I don't drink a lot of water at home. And I noticed that in March, when we came home and online classes started, I was like, I'm not drinking a whole lot of water. So I decided that every time I'm teaching or working at my desk, I always need my bottle or like a glass of water or a jug, and I need to drink more water. So that's what I've been doing, and I feel a lot better. I don't know, I feel healthier. I noticed that my skin looks a lot better. At least I feel like my skin is lighter. Does that make sense? My skin feels lighter. That's how I feel. I don't know. The point is, drink water. And prompt number 9, bonus. Name a book coming out soon. I have no idea. I don't keep up with new releases, but I saw something online on Instagram, but it was like so quick. I'm not sure if I read it correctly. Maybe I didn't, but I think Murakami is releasing something soon. Not sure if it was Murakami, not sure if that was a dream. Didn't check. So yeah, maybe Murakami is releasing a new book, which is great because I read Killing Commendatory and loved it. So I'm very, very excited about his new book, if it's true and I'm not making it up. So guys, that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you are safe as well as your friends and family. Keep practicing social distancing and, obviously go for walks, go to the park, but don't forget to, wear your mask, social distancing and stuff. Some of the restrictions have been lifted. People think that everything is okay now, but it's not. So I really hope you are doing your part. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below if you like this video, if you have read any of these books, or if you want to do this tag. I would love to watch your video as well. So just let me know, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!